So YouTube recently introduced a new level of interactivity on your videos. So if you're looking here and you're used to using annotations, there's an additional option here which is called cards. So cards, I'm just going to show you how to use cards, and they can be very effective in increasing user engagement and as well as calls to action and as well as doing branding. So much like the annotations, you can add different cards at different times throughout your video. There's a few different options here for types of cards. So there's associated website if you want to feature a website on a card. And there's a little bit of a policy here that you should read through. You definitely don't want to violate the YouTube community guidelines. Make sure that you do read those terms and conditions before you're adding in cards on your channel. Now that I've accepted the terms and conditions, I can go to create, and here I can enter in a website URL. I can also have some settings options here in order to associate a website that I have. If you do have a website on, you do want to connect it to YouTube, you're able to do that here as well. So you can do that within your settings, and you can enter in a website URL to show up as a card. Also under cards, you've got the option of fundraising. So this is more to encourage viewers to contribute to your projects and support fundraising sites. There's also an option for merchandise. So you're able to link to a product store or supported merchandise sites. You can get a listing of them when you click the different merchandise sites that are available. So these are approved for merchandising, these are approved for fundraising. And as well, you've got an option here for videos and playlists. So I only do have one other video here, so I'm going to just create a quick card for that, and it's going to show up as suggested video for this one here. I can place it at whatever length I want it to show up. So once I save that, all changes are saved. Now I can go to the video and I can see that the card is going to show up. Actually, I'm going to just put it more in the beginning of the video. And when I go over to watch the video, the card does show up here in the top right-hand corner. So I've got quite a few things showing up now besides the annotations. So I've got the cards here. I've got my branding here, as well as I'm going to have my in video programming as well. Important to remember about cards is that depending on the device, they might not show up, they might not show up. Some mobile devices may or may not have cards, so you can't be depending on cards 100% quite yet. A featured video or a playlist in your video, it will be hidden on videos that use cards. The branding watermark is now displayed in the bottom right hand corner, so it's not going to conflict with cards. Originally this branding watermark was actually at the top where the cards are, so they did move that around when they did introduce cards. It has to be in good standing in order to be able to use cards. And also within analytics, now you have your analytics for the cards, so you're able to see how your cards are performing. So down here you're able to see cards, here you're able to see annotations and how they're all performing within your metrics of your channel and your video. The best thing to use, best practice when you are adding cards, is not to add too many within one spacing. So you don't want to be adding a whole bunch of cards right after each other. The idea of cards is that they show up and that they disappear, and that's going to actually be a lot more effective. So you've got a card showing up here. You don't want to keep having multiple different cards. You want to have that disappear. It includes the eye for the card, so if the user does want to see more information, they can click that and they can click through the video at that point as well. Same thing on the main video. If they do click the card, they're going to get a listing of the card item here, and because it is a YouTube video, it's taking the metadata, which is the thumbnail and the title, and adding that into the card.